What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today we are going to take a sneak peek at one of the carts that was introduced at the other day's showcase. And the cart we're going to look at is the Windjammers and Karnov and Friends arcade cart. Now, this is kind of a pre-review of the cart for everyone that's thinking about buying it. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. What I did was I checked my game stick that's connected to my Freecade along with the VSR, and I did find all 5 of the games on that game stick that are on this cart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show about a minute of gameplay of all 5 games. I'm not going to talk too much through it. I'm going to let you know what game it is, and I might yap a little bit, but I'm not going to talk through all of the gameplay. So keep that in mind. The audio's not being cut out or anything like that. So let's just dive into these 5 games right now, and I will give you my thoughts and if I think this cart is worth purchasing after we get through them. Let's go. All right, so the first game we're going to take a look at is Windjammers, and this is a game that I have never played before. I have heard of it, but Windjammers, this is a sports arcade game that was released by Data East on the Neo Geo arcade system in 1994. The game mechanics, they're pretty much just like Pong or air hockey, games like that, and you are pretty much trying to score on your opponent. There's really not much to it. Now, I did think initially that this game looked boring as all hell, but I was wrong. I actually had fun playing this game. It's not too bad. It's not a banger, but, it's not too bad at all. So the next game on the cart is Karnov, and this is a game that I have heard of and I have played. I remember playing this back in the arcades, and then I bought the Nintendo port when it came out, so I was always a fan of this game. Now, this was a arcade game released in 1987 by Data East. And like I said, I bought this immediately when it came out on the NES because I did enjoy it at the arcade. So revisiting this, it was pretty fun, brought back a lot of memories, so good times here. So the next game on the cart is Atomic Runner, or also known as like Shellnov, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but Shellnov, I guess. But Atomic Runner is actually a game I have never heard of or played, and I did give this a try, and the only thing that I did not like about it was the continuously moving screen. I'm not a fan of games like that, so that was kind of a bummer. But this game is actually a side-scrolling platformer that was developed and published by Data East in 1988, and it was ported to the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. So this wasn't a bad game, but overall it definitely wasn't the standout on the cart. So the next game on the cart is one that I was very familiar with, and that is Vapor Trail. And this is a 1989 shoot 'em up developed and published by Data East. Now, I actually played this on the Sega Genesis first before I ever got to experience at the arcades. I love this game. There's a good challenge to it. But I'm a sucker for flying shoot 'em ups, so this to me was the standout game on the cart. So the fifth and final game on the cart is Armor Force. I don't even know how to pronounce the word that's before it, like Roga Armor Force. But this is actually considered the sequel to Vapor Trail, and I'll just be blunt. This gives Vapor Trail a very bad name. This was another game published by Data East, and this is kind of like a run and gun platformer hybrid type game. And I wanted to like this game. I really did. I thought it looked intriguing. And then I started playing it, and the controls are just really janky, and I did not enjoy this game whatsoever. It's probably the least enjoyable game on the cart, in my opinion. Alright, so there are the 5 games that are on the Windjammers, Karnov and Friends arcade cart. All in all, I have to say I actually did enjoy it. I was really surprised. It's because I didn't think that this showcase was the greatest of showcases. I thought it was meh, and I really wasn't sure if I was gonna get any other cart besides that Neo Geo cart, which I'm definitely getting because it has Ironclad on it, has Metal Slug on it, and it has Shock Troopers on it. So that was a gimme. I just wasn't real sure on this one, and I will still go over that Neo Geo cart, pre-review of all the games. But this one really, honestly surprised me because let's start out with Windjammers. I said at the showcase, I was like, man, that looks like the most boring game ever. Now, I'm not saying that it was great and I had like tons of fun or anything with Windjammers, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. It was decent, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't like, oh man, this game is freaking awesome or anything like that. It was just enjoyable. Yes, it's better than Pong. I will say that. It's better than Pong. It's decent. It's a decent game. And then Karnov, of course, I don't know if it's just because I grew up and I played this game both at the arcades and Nintendo, and that's the reason why I still enjoy it. It was just fun going back and revisiting that game is the word I was looking for. Revisiting it again. It's not like a banging game or anything, but it's an enjoyable game. I like it better than Windjammers. Put it that way. The next game was a game I never heard of, and that was Atomic Runner. And like I said, when I showed the gameplay, I'm just not a fan of constantly moving boards. It kind of reminded me of, how I wanted to like, what is it, Demon World? I thought that game looked really cool. And then I noticed that the screen just keeps on moving, the board keeps moving, and I'm just not a fan of games like that. But overall, Atomic Runner, it wasn't bad. It's pretty fun. It's hard as hell. So if you're up for a good challenge, this game will challenge you and your patience. So just a heads up on that. It's not a bad game really at all. Vapor Trail, of course, this was my favorite on the cart. I'm a sucker for flying shooters, so Vapor Trail like takes the cake, man. That was just a great game. It was even awesome on the Sega Genesis. So I I can't say anything bad about that game. I love it. And then Armor Force, man, as much as I wanted to like it, just wasn't a fan of that game at all. In fact, it's probably the worst game on the cart. I like Windjammers better than this game. Windjammers is probably like my, I don't know, second least favorite. But yeah, or what is it? Armor Force. I'm sorry, Armor Force just wasn't for me. But overall, it's a decent cart, And am I going to purchase it? Yeah, I think I am going to purchase it, which kind of shocks me. After when I first seen Windjammers, I was like, well, screw that cart, no way. But there's some other pretty good games on this cart that I believe make it worth it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I am gonna get this cart, so cool, man. I give it a thumbs up. Not a banging cart or anything like that. It's not like a Toa Plan 3 or anything, but it has some solid titles on it, honestly. Vapor Trail alone makes it worth it. So let me know in the comments section what you guys think of these games. Are you planning on getting the cart? And I would just love to know. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you are a content creator, don't forget to type in the word content in the comment section. That's all you have to do. Content in the comment section, because we have something on this channel that I like to call the Game Freak Army. And what we do is, if we see that word content, we will go to your channel and we will subscribe to you, because that's what we do, man. We want to help each other out, help each other's channels grow, help you be successful on YouTube. This isn't a popularity contest or someone trying to be king of YouTube or anything like that. It's all about helping each other out, man. Let's all have a good time together, help each other out, talk about what we all love, and that's video games. And even if you're not a gaming channel, still type in that word content. We will still go and subscribe to you, because again, we just want to help each other out. So once again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and until the next one, game on, everybody.